Hello, everyone, and welcome into sectional semifinal baseball right here on Zaleski Sports. You just saw Edgar take down Florence 7-3 in Game 1 here in this one. So Edgar is waiting for the winner of this matchup between the Pacelli Cardinals and the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. See who they play in the sectional final. We'll have live for you on Zaleski Sports as well. My name is Cale Jacoby alongside Jack Rizicki doing the production for us here tonight, called the Edgar Florence game. And again, Pacelli and Iola-Scandinavia. This definitely a rivalry game, I would say. Pacelli beat Iola-Scandinavia earlier this year, but I think more importantly, the story of this game is Iola-Scandinavia ended the Pacelli Cardinals season last year. Pacelli was the #1 seed in their sectional last season. Iola-Scandinavia, I don't remember what seed they were, but they, I believe, They finished the season 9-17 overall, ended up kind of a Cinderella run last year, all the way to the sectional final. Iola-Scandinavia made it too, so both these teams playing yet again. Pacelli representing the Central Wisconsin South Conference coming into this game at 16-10 overall, 8-2, second place in the CWC South this season. Iola-Scandinavia comes in at 10-14, 5-9 in the Central Wisconsin East Conference, finishing 5th in the conference in that one. So Iola-Scandinavia making it back to sectionals for the second straight season. But again, last year, Pacelli beat Iola-Scandinavia earlier this season, but last year, regional semifinal was the first playoff game for Pacelli. Iola-Scandinavia got the upset there at Buchholz Park, 5-2 over Iola-Scandinavia. So these two teams very familiar with each other, having played last year in the postseason, and then one time this year, Pacelli again got the win at Buchholz against Iola-Scandinavia earlier this season. And the Cardinals just have to be still with that bad taste in their mouths after that loss last year as the #1 seed, getting upset by Iola-Scandinavia last season. But again, there's something about this Thunderbird team where the Thunderbirds are the #5 seed making it to the sectionals. That one not entirely common. Pacelli, the #2 seed, but there's something about the Thunderbirds of Iola-Scandinavia in the postseason in baseball last year and this year, making it to the sectional final last year, now the sectional semifinal this year, and we'll see how it turns out here in 2023, as it will be Iola-Scandinavia up to bat to start things off. Leading off for Iola-Scandinavia is Jackson Freedy. And Freedy looked at a ball. The 1-0, that one misses. Now the count 2-0 to Freedy. Freedy starting in center field tonight. And starting on the mound for Pacelli is Kelton Opper. Kelton Opper was one of our highlight house players of the game this season for the Pacelli Cardinals. He's had a couple of really nice games on the mound this season, has Kelton Opper. But 3 straight balls thrown here. The 3-0 in there for strike 1. 3-1 the count now to Freedy. The 3-1 pitch. That one going to be fouled back. And now the count runs full to Freedy. Opper on the mound. Here's the 3-2. Misses high, and it's ball 4. Jackson Freedy is walked to start things off here in this one. So Freedy at first, now batting second. It's the shortstop, Carter Mellum. Parker Gullickson on deck. That one misses high. 1-0 the count now to Mellum. Throw back to first. Freedy's going to dive back in time. Count remains 1-0. That one misses high. 2-0 the count now to Mellum. And that one's going to miss outside. It's 3-0 the count now. Here's the 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Make it 3-1 now. That's going to be strike number 2. The count runs full. Once again, back-to-back full counts to start things off here in this one. This time Carter Mellum looks at the full count. Opper walked Freedy to start things off in this one on the full count pitch. And that one's going to be swung on, grounded to third. The diving play, throw to first, going to be in time for out number 1 as Carter Mellum grounds out. And what a play that was by Asher Jordan there at third base. So Mellum grounds out. 1 down now. Jackson Freedy advances to second base. And Parker Gullickson, the starting pitcher for the Thunderbirds, looks at a strike. One and one the count here to Gullickson. That one's in there. Another strike. Now the count 1-2 to Gullickson. Again, this game 2 of this sectional action here on Zaleski Sports as we come to you live from Memorial Field here in Athens, Wisconsin, the host of the Division IV sectional here. That one's going to miss high. And the count evens up to 2-2 now to Gullickson. Runner at second and 1 down to Gullickson. 2-2 the count. The 2-2, that one hit out into right field. And that one is going to be caught for out number 2 out there in right center. It advances Freedy to third as Gullickson flies out to center field for out number 2. Again, Freedy to third, so 2 down, runner at third to the 4 spot in the order for the Thunderbirds. It's the catcher, Owen Wolberg. And he looks at a strike on the first pitch. Again, it's Freedy there at third. 0-1 here to Wolberg. Checks his swing that time, and a good check. It's in the dirt. 1-1 the count as they try to get Freedy at third. Not quite. Jordan there at third base. Again, he had the great play to force out number 1 earlier this inning. The diving play and the throw to first by Asher Jordan. 2 down, 1-1 the count. That one misses low and inside. Another ball. 2-1. Again, if you're just joining us, sectional semifinal. Number 2 seed Pacelli Cardinals. Number 5 Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. Here in this sectional semifinal. Here's the 2-1, and that's going to be grounded hard to third. Jordan's there. Throw to first in time for out number 3, and that will do it for the top half of the first inning. So on no hits, 1 walk, no run score for Iola-Scandinavia. It's 0-0 after 1/2 complete. We'll step aside and be back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
At Auto Select, we have one goal: to be your choice for repair, service, and tires.
We know how important your vehicle is to you. That's why we put your needs first. Our employees are not just well trained to fix your vehicle, they're skilled in providing the very best in customer service and exceeding expectations. Get the trusted service you deserve, as well as free loaner vehicles, 3% Auto Select rewards, and a nationwide warranty at our 11 convenient locations.
At Auto Select, you're good to go.
Heartland Custom Homes is your local custom home builder for over 50 years right here in Plover. We are committed to making the process of constructing your dream home as engaging, efficient, and stress-free as possible. Our panelized construction is ideal for our central Wisconsin climate, and our expertise and workmanship give you the confidence to know that your home is in good hands. Stop in or schedule a meeting to talk about your vision and watch as your design takes shape before your eyes. You deserve the home of your dreams. Let Heartland Custom Homes bring yours to life.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first inning here in this sectional semifinal. Pacelli and Iola-Scandinavia. Auto Select is Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select, and you are good to go. Auto Select, the proud pregame sponsor of Zaleski Sports and of our Pacelli Cardinal broadcast here this season. Big thanks to our friends over at Auto Select. It will be the Pacelli Cardinals up to bat. Parker Gullickson getting the start on the mound for the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds. And for the Pacelli Cardinals, leading things off as he has been doing all season long, is Melise Badoon.
Now batting, Melise Badoon.
Badoon starting at shortstop in this one. It'll be Badoon, Tim Sackman, and Peyton Fleece to lead things off for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch from Gullickson. Misses low and inside for a ball. The 1-0. Misses again. 2-0 the count now to Badoon. The 2-0 check swing called strike one. And now the count 2-1 to Badoon. Gullickson steps back out of the mound. Badoon leads things off here for the Cardinals. The 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Gets by Wohlberg. And now it's 3-1 here to Badoon. The umpire calls timeout here. Badoon up to bat. Our umpires, Chet Markham, John Orada, and Dennis Eichel as Badoon's walked. So both pitchers start their days off with walks to get things going here in the sectional semifinal. Both of them shaking off a little bit of rust. Again, it was Opper starting, and he recovered pretty quickly from that initial walk. 3 straight outs after that. Now up to bat is Tim Sackman, the catcher. Sackman looks at a strike. And drops the bunt down, foul. And now quickly 0-2 the count here to Tim Sackman with a runner at first and no outs. Gullickson checks over to first. Here's the 0-2, and that one grounded into the gap into right field. Going to be a base hit for Tim Sackman as Melise Badoon advances to third, and it's a single. First hit of the game, and it's Tim Sackman with the base hit for the Pacelli Cardinals.
Now batting, Peyton.
So Sackman with the hit. Now runners at the corners for Pacelli, threatening here with no outs. And up to bat now is Peyton Fleece. Fleece starting in center field. Looks at a ball. Again, runners at the corners, no outs. 1-0 to Peyton Fleece. He pops it up. That one looks like it's going to stay in the infield here, and ranging back, it's caught for out number 1. So Fleece flies out for out number 1. And now to the 4th spot in the order for the Cardinals. It's the right fielder, Brock Bierenkott. And that's going to be a wild pitch, and it'll bring home run number 1 for the Pacelli Cardinals. Melise Badoon comes in to score, and Pacelli strikes first here in this sectional semifinal. Badoon comes home to score. Tim Sackman advances to second base. The count's 1-0 to Brock Bierenkott. He looks at another ball, 2-0 the count to Bierenkott. So runner at second and 1 out here for Bierenkott. 2-0 the count. That's in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss. Now the count evens up at 2-2 here to Bierenkott. And runner at second, 1 down. And Bierenkott lines that one hard into left, but foul out of play as it bounces over that left field fence. Here's the 2-2. And a swing and a miss as Bierenkott goes down swinging for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Parker Gullickson on the mound. Now on to the 5 spot in the order. It's the third baseman, Asher Jordan, with a runner at second and 2 outs. Again, Jordan had that really spectacular play at third in the top of the first where he made the diving play and the throw to first for the ground out, as that's going to be fouled off. 0-1 the count here to Jordan. And he pops it up again, basically the exact same area, out of play, foul. So in 2 pitches, quickly 0-2 here to Jordan. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and going to miss high for a ball. 1-2 the count now to Jordan. And a check swing called strike 3 as Jordan goes down looking for out number 3 here in the bottom of the first inning. But the Pacelli Cardinals, they put up 1 run on 1 hit, 1 walk, no errors. And it's 1-0 Pacelli after 1 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
When you have a house full of kids, your water consumption is through the roof. But when the kids move out, the water usage goes down. But how long are they really gone for? With high-efficiency systems made by WaterCare, Maher Water Corporation can roll with any size-changing families. So call us today so we can help you with those water use issues. The laundry is still up to you.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get set to start the top of the second inning here from Memorial Field in Athens. Pacelli leads Iola-Scandinavia here in this sectional semifinal, 1-0. Now up to bat, it's the first baseman, Alec Regala. And Regala grounds that one up the middle, right to second. Here's the throw to first, and not going to be in time. It was bobbled there at second base as Regala will reach on the error. So Regala reaches. And a runner at first and no outs here for the Thunderbirds. Now up to bat is the third baseman, Gavin Hoyard. Hoyard looks at a ball. Again, runner at first, nobody out. And the count 1-0 to Gavin Hoyard. That one misses. Ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Hoyard. And here is the 2-0. Misses again. And now the count 3-0 to Hoyard. And Kelton Opper starting on the mound for the Pacelli Cardinals. Here's the 3-0. In there for strike one. 3-1 the count now to Hoyard. Again, runner at first, nobody out. As you can see on your screen there, the Thunderbird fans lining that left field fence line. That one misses. Ball 4 as Opper walks Hoyard. The second walk for Opper here in this one. Now runners at first and second and no outs. The Thunderbirds off to a good start here at the plate. 2 runners on. Now to the 7 spot in the order. It's the designated hitter, Ryan Tulin. One 1-0 here to Tulin. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Throw back to second, and that was dangerous over there. No harm done, though, as the count evens up at 1-1 now. But again, if you're just joining us, this again feels like a little bit more, even more intensity than I think than a typical sectional semifinal game, as the bunt fouled back by Tulin. It's 1-2 because, again, this, especially for this Pacelli Cardinal team, the last season Iola-Scandinavia knocked them out in the regional semifinal. So both these teams with maybe a little bit added oomph in this sectional semifinal in this one. Again, this is back-to-back years where Iola-Scandinavia has made it to the sectional or the sectionals at least. And Tulin goes down looking. And they get the out at second as well. So Regala, they catch him slipping up at second base. They get the out. They get out number 2 for Regala at second after the strikeout. Tulin went down looking for out number 1. Then the throw to second in time. Sackman makes the throw to second base. So now 2 down with a runner at first. Now to the 8th spot in the order. It's the right fielder, Carson DeRochers. So DeRochers up to bat here. He looks at the 1-1 count. Runner at first and 2 outs here in the top of the second. Throw back to first, and that's going to be out number 3. As Hoyard was a little too far off the bag that time. They catch Hoyard, and it winds up being a unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning. As your score remains 1-0 Pacelli after 1.5. We'll step aside and be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
There may be many varieties of pizza in the world, and everybody knows there's only one Polito's. Polito's Pizza in downtown Stevens Point is the home of the big slice. Starting with their hand-stretched dough, add in the unique Polito's recipe sauce, top it with any of their specialty pizzas made from the best ingredients, and you've got that one-of-a-kind Polito's flavor. Get in on the taste, available by the slice or by the pie for dine-in or takeout. Treat the whole family to the best tasting pizza around and find it right here in downtown Stevens Point at Polito's Pizza.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back, everybody. The Pacelli Cardinals lead the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds 1-0 here in this sectional semifinal. Community Insurance is your independent agency able to shop and compare the best insurance options on your behalf to find the best combination of cost and coverage. If you're looking for a better insurance experience, you'll love doing business with Community Insurance. Leading things off for Pacelli here in the bottom of the second is the second baseman, Lucas Hammerly. One and one the count to Hammerly. That one misses low. 2-1 the count now to Hammerly. Kelton Opper on deck. 2-2 the count now to Lucas. That was a ball. Now the count runs full here to Hammerly. Hammerly grounds that one to third. Throw to first. Going to be in time for out number 1. Yeah, that's... So one down now. Runner at first as Hammerly, or excuse me, no runners on, as Hammerly grounds out. Now up to bat is the pitcher, Kelton Opper. Again, Opper getting the start on the mound tonight. The 0-1. That one misses. 1-1 the count now to Opper. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's going to miss way high. Good grab by Wolberg there. Now it's 2-1 to Opper, 1 down. And that's in there for a strike. Again, it's a Central Wisconsin Conference matchup here in this one. Again, not it's the CWC South, CWC East competition here as Opper strikes out. The swing and a miss from Kelton Opper. He goes down swinging for out number 2. And a quick 2 outs here as Opper strikes out. And now up to bat is Nate Hammerly for the Pacelli Cardinals. Nate looks at a strike on pitch number 1. Looks at a ball there. 1-1 the count now to Nate Hammerly. Hammerly, the designated hitter here in this one for the Cardinals. And he lines that one well out into center field. It's going to be a hit. That's a single for the designated hitter, Nate Hammerly. And Pacelli with a runner on here in the second. Now down to the 9 spot in the order. It's the left fielder, Nolan Wojcik. And Wojcik looks at a strike. Runner at first and 2 outs here for Pacelli. Looks at a ball that time. 1-1 the count now. Checks his swing there. 2-1 now. The 2-1 pitch and a big swing and a miss from Wojcik there, as he wanted all of that one, but Parker Gullickson on the mound sneaks it by him, evens up the count at 2-2 now. And another big swing and a miss as Wojcik goes down swinging for out number 3. That's strikeout number 4 on the game for Parker Gullickson, and that'll do it for the bottom half of inning number 2. 1 hit for Pacelli, no run score, 1 runner left stranded. It's 1-0 Pacelli after 2 complete. We'll step aside and be back with more sectional semifinal baseball live from Memorial Field here in Athens after this on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 1-0. Pacelli leads Iola-Scandinavia here in this sectional semifinal. Silver Lake Lanes in Scandinavia is a proud supporter of Iola-Scandinavia High School. Good luck to the Thunderbirds as they compete for state. For dinner and family fun, come out to Silver Lake Lanes in Scandinavia. Also, Point Heating and Cooling is your Lennox dealer in Stevens Point and Plover with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. And that's going to be popped up by the right fielder, Carson DeRochers. He pops it up to left and diving to try to make the play. Can't make it. It falls, and that'll be a hit for Carson DeRochers. Here in the top of the third. So DeRochers with the leadoff single. Now to the 9 spot in the order. It's the second baseman, Jaden Singh. Singh looks at a strike. Here's the 0-1 from Opper. In there for strike 2. 0-2 the count now to Singh. Again, these two teams playing, of course, for the chance at the sectional final here later today at 4. Also will be live on Zaleski Sports, and they'll be playing the Edgar Wildcats. That matchup as Edgar took down Florence earlier today. 1-2. The count now. It's that last pitch. Missed for a ball. That one misses high. Evens up the count at 2-2 now to Jaden Singh. And Kelton Opper on the mound for Pacelli. Here's the 2-2. That one misses high, and it's ball 3. So after 2 strikes thrown in the first 2 pitches, Opper 3 balls thrown now, and it runs full to Jaden Singh. And a swing and a miss. Singh goes down swinging for out number 1. As that is strikeout number 1 on the game, or excuse me, number 2 on the game for Kelton Opper on the mound. Now 1 down, runner at first, back to the top of the order. It's the center fielder, Jackson Freedy. He was walked his first at bat. That one misses high. 1-0 the count now to Freedy. The 1-0 pitch. That one lined into left field. That's going to be a hit. Jackson Freedy with the single out to left field. And he holds up at first. Now we've got runners at first and second base. DeRochers at second. Freedy at first on the single. Now to the 2 spot in the order. It's the shortstop, Carter Mellum. Mellum's 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in the first inning. And that's in there for strike 1 on pitch number 1. 0-1 the count here to Mellum. Runners at first and second, 1 down. And a big swing and a miss there. Now it's 0-2 to Mellum. Opper finally gets the pitch he likes. And here's the 0-2. That kind of a half swing as Mellum fouls it off just to stay alive in the count. Count remains 0-2 here to Mellum. And that one just misses. And now it's 1-2 to Mellum. And runners at first and second base. That one misses high. 2-2 the count now. And Iola-Scandinavia, they come into this one off that regional final win. They beat number 1 seeded Marion. That was a 12-10 win for the Thunderbirds in extra innings. They won that in 8. The 2-2 misses again, and now the count runs full to Carter Mellum. But again, talked about to start this one. These last couple of seasons, Iola-Scandinavia just kind of had the magic in the postseason. Swing and a miss as the Cardinals try to end that magic here in this sectional semifinal. The third strikeout of the game for Kelton Opper. And Pacelli, the number 2 seed, Iola-Scandinavia, the number 5 seed. But again, we know in the sport of baseball, anything, especially in the sport of baseball and high school baseball, anything can happen in the postseason. Parker Gullickson, the pitcher, up to bat. I'd say, as we cover football, basketball, volleyball, softball, whatever high school sport you're a fan of, we cover it here on Zaleski Sports. But I'd say, baseball, softball, the ones where you really tend to see a lot more upsets. I'd say on average. I don't have statistics on that in front of me, but seems in baseball, softball, really the saying anything can happen in the postseason, that does ring true. Here's the 1-1 to Gullickson, and a big swing and a miss on that one. Runners remain at first and second. 2 down here as the count's 1-2 to Gullickson. He's 0 for 1 at the plate. Flew out to center in the first inning. And that one's popped up and out of play. 1-2. Again, if you're just joining us, sectional semifinal, Pacelli and Iola-Scandinavia. And again, this game, specifically this game, a little bit more tension in the air. Iola-Scandinavia got the upset win in the postseason against number 1 Pacelli last year in the regional semifinal last year in Stevens Point, Buchholz Park. That one lined out into right field. The diving play made, caught for out number 3 by Brock Bierenkades. That's a very tough play out there in right field. He had to kind of dive forward, landed right on his face, it looked like there. Still made the catch for out number 3, does Brock Bierenkades, and that's going to do it for the top half of the third inning on 2 hits, no run score, 2 runners left stranded. It's 1-0 after 2.5. We'll be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
At Blanker Construction, the focus is on building something great. Find a personable experience that understands your needs, followed by a customized interior and exterior design. Our project managers, carpenters, and designers on site are hard at work with only one goal in mind: building you the home of your dreams. When you're ready to build your new forever home, look to Blanker Construction, your custom home builder serving all of central Wisconsin. Find your inspiration online at blankerco.com or stop in on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point. Build something great with Blanker Construction.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 1-0 Pacelli here in this one. And as I mentioned before, again, this a rematch of last year's playoff matchup between these two teams. Pacelli was number 1 seed last year. Iola-Scandinavia was lower than a 5 seed last year. They upset Pacelli last season in the postseason. Pacelli looking to come back at a win here. But Pacelli did beat Iola-Scandinavia earlier this season, as that's going to be a leadoff single for the leadoff batter, shortstop Melise Badoon. So Melise Badoon doing exactly what Coach Sankey wants of him at the top of the order, getting a leadoff single. So Badoon holds up at first. Now to the 2 spot in the order, it's the catcher Tim Sackman. Again, Pacelli beat Iola-Scandinavia at Buchholz this year 10-7. That was back on May 5th. And here goes Badoon to second base, and he is out. Great throw made from behind the plate by Owen Wolberg, and that is out number 1 as they catch Melise Badoon trying to steal second. 1 down now. And now the umpire going to take a second here. I don't know if that ball got him, but was a ball thrown to Sackman. Sackman's 1 for 1. He had a base hit in the first inning. Looks at a ball there. It's now 2-0 to Sackman. And he pops that one up into right field, and it's caught for out number 2. So Sackman flies out to right. And a quick 2 outs here in the third. Now to the 3 spot in the order. It's the center fielder, Peyton Fleece. He's 0 for 1, flew out to short. His first at bat, looks at one in the dirt that time from Gullickson. And Gullickson's got 4 strikeouts on the mound in this one for the Thunderbirds. 1-0. Yeah, I've talked a lot about those, the last 2 matchups between these 2 teams last 2 years. The 10-7 win for Pacelli this year and the playoff win for Iola-Scandinavia last year. I'm kind of just realizing I was in attendance for both those games as well. Had the pleasure of calling the Pacelli Iola-Scandinavia game this year, as that was a strike, 2-1, and had highlights for you last year, the Iola-Pacelli playoff game in the regional semifinal, as that one's going to be fouled back as the count evens up at 2-2 to Peyton Fleece. That one misses. Another ball, and the count runs full here to Peyton Fleece. Full count pitch, big swing and a miss from Fleece, and that is out number 3, strikeout number 5 on the afternoon for Parker Gullickson on the mound, and 3 up, 3 down here for the Cardinals in the bottom of the third. But Pacelli leads Iola-Scandinavia 1-0 after 3 complete. We'll step aside, be back here from Memorial Field in Athens, Wisconsin with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Rich, creamy, and fun. Point Craft Soda. Caffeine-free, made with 100% real sugar. From Stevens Point Brewery.
Welcome back, everybody. It's 1-0 Pacelli over Iola-Scandinavia. We have a good one here in the sectional semifinal. A tight matchup here as we get set to start the top of the 4th between these 2 Central Wisconsin Conference teams. Pacelli Cardinals of the Southern Conference, the CWC, Iola-Scandinavia the East. Century Foods in Iola is your full-service grocery store offering everything you need from foods and drinks to ingredients, hot and cold foods, and so much more. Good luck, Thunderbirds, from Century Foods in Iola. And the Thunderbirds up to bat. Here in the top of the 4th, it's the 4, 5, 6 spots due up, starting with the catcher, Owen Wolberg. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. Looks at a strike there. 1-1 the count now to Wolberg. That one fouled off. Now it's 1-2. The 1-2 to Wohlberg in the dirt. And the count evens up at 2-2 now. And Kelton Opper starting on the mound for the Pacelli Cardinals in this one. That one fouled off. And as you know, in the sport of baseball, really whatever level you want to look at, when you start getting deep into the postseason, you're playing 2, 3, 4 games. A lot of times it comes down to what kind of depth you have in your bullpen. And Opper tosses strike 3 for out number 1. So Wohlberg goes down looking for out number 1 here in the 4th. Strikeout number 4 on the afternoon for Kelton Opper. Now to the 5 spot in the order, it's the first baseman, Alec Regala. Nobody on and 1 out here for Regala. He reached on an error. His first at bat, and he looks at a strike there. And a big swing and a miss that time from Regala. Now the count 0-2. That one misses low and outside. 1-2 the count now to Regala. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that is called strike 3 as Regala goes down looking for out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Kelton Opper. He's got 5 now. Now up to bat, it's the third baseman, Gavin Hoyard. Hoyard swing and miss. Count evens up at 1-1. So 1-1 here to Hoyard. That one swung on, fouled at the plate. Now it's 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. And Hoyard looks at the 1-2 count. Swing and a miss, and that is 3 strikeouts in 3 batters faced for Kelton Opper here in the 4th. He's now got 6 strikeouts here in this one, and the score remains 1-0 Pacelli after 3.5. We'll step aside, be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
For years, our Stone Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Brock Bierencott up to bat. Bierencott lines to left, and it's caught for out number 1. Now Asher Jordan up to bat. As Bierencott again lined out to left field, and Asher Jordan up to bat here for Pacelli. Asher 0 for 1, struck out looking in the first inning. 1 down, nobody on. 2-0 the count to Jordan. That one misses again. Count now 3-0 to Asher Jordan. That's in there. Strike 1. 3-1 the count now to Jordan. Swings on that one, fouls it back, and now the count runs full to Asher Jordan. Pops that one up, out of play, foul. And that one going to be grounded to short. Here's the throw to first, and in time for out number 2. So Jordan grounds out to short for out number 2. Now to the 6th spot in the order. It's the second baseman, Lucas Hammerly. That one misses for a ball from Gullickson. 1-0 the count here to Hammerly. 2 down and nobody on. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 the count now. That one misses outside. Now it's 2-1 to Hammerly. And in there. Count evens up at 2-2 now to Hammerly. Hammerly's 0 for 1. He grounded out to third in the second inning. And fouls that one back as Hammerly stays alive at the plate. And he grounds that one down the third base line. Does it stay fair? No. Or does it? Yes. The umpire says yes. It stayed fair down the third base line. Or did he? Because the home plate umpire, Coach Sankey's not happy. But Hammerly's there at first. He's going to have to come back. See, I thought they called foul, and they did. Coach Sankey was not happy about it. It sounded like he did get an explanation that he was happy with. Though again, that one almost looked like it started foul and actually got closer to being fair. It looks like it wound up, and I think that's what Coach Sankey was arguing, that it went over the base, and I believe that it did. But that's going to be safe for Hammerly anyways, and that's going to be an E3 as Alec Regala's foot was not on the bag. So Hammerly reaches regardless. Reaches on the air. Now a runner at first. 2 down. And the pitcher, Kelton Opper, up to bat. Opper's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the second. Fouls that one back. 0-1 the count to Opper. And runner at first and 2 outs. And Opper looks at a ball. 1-1 the count now. And Pacelli, as mentioned, coached by Wayne Sankey. Iola-Scandinavia coached by John Berg. Another ball thrown that time. 2-1 the count to Kelton Opper. And that one misses again. 3-1. Now to Opper. Runner at first, 2 down. The 3-1 pitch misses high for ball 4. And Gullickson walks Opper. Now 2 runners on for the Cardinals. 1 at first, 1 at second. To the 8th spot in the order, it's the designated hitter, Nate Hammerly. And Nate Hammerly, 1 for 1. He had a single in the second inning. And Hammerly, the designated hitter here in this one. Parker Gullickson on the mound for the Thunderbirds. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. Here to Hammerly. That one's popped up out of play. And it will go foul for Nate Hammerly. Counts 0-2. And a big swing and a miss as Hammerly goes down swinging for out number 3. That's going to do it for the 4th inning. That is strikeout number 6 on the afternoon for Parker Gullickson. That does it for the bottom of the 4th. 2 runners left, stranded, no hits, no run score. It remains 1-0 Pacelli over Iola-Scandinavia after 4 complete. We'll step aside, be back with the top of the 5th here in the sectional semifinal after this on Zaleski Sports.
You want a job? You want a career? Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point is hiring. Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point needs laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators now. Enjoy year-round benefits by calling Farner Asphalt 800-332-3360 to apply, or go to Farner Asphalt. Farner Asphalt is an equal opportunity employer including disability and veterans.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the top of the 5th inning here from Athens, here at Memorial Field in this sectional semifinal. Pacelli leads Iola-Scandinavia 1-0 here in this one. It'll be the Thunderbirds up to bat here in the top of the 5th. The 7, 8, and 9 spots due up. Ryan Tulin, Carson DeRochers, and Jaden Singh. And a strike thrown to Ryan Tulin, the designated hitter, to start things off. And Kelton Opper on the mound for Pacelli. He had 3 strikeouts and as many batters faced in the 4th inning. That one going to be grounded over to third. There's Jordan again with the play to first and missed by the first baseman as Tulin going to reach on the air. Being E3. So Tulin gets on to start off the top of the 5th for the Thunderbirds. Now to the 8th spot in the order, it's the right fielder, Carson DeRochers. DeRochers is 1 for 1. He had a single in the 3rd. Looks at a ball there. believe the count's 1-0 unless I missed one. And that one going to be lined into right field, and it will fall. That's a base hit for DeRochers. His second hit of the ball game, and now 2 runners on with no outs for the Thunderbirds. Iola-Scandinavia tying run at second, the leading run at first. DeRochers is now 2 for 2 out of the 8 spot. Out of the 9 spot in the order, it's the second baseman, Jaden Singh. Singh's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the third. Shows bunt, pops it back, foul. And the count's 0-1 to Singh. Oh, and 1 here to Jaden Singh. And runners at first and second. Nobody out. Opper finds the pitch he likes. And here's the 0-1. Bunt shown again. Misses high. And Sackman throws to second. Hesitated a bit. And Iola-Scandinavia coaches, Coach Berg, not happy with Tulin for kind of messing around in the middle of the baseline. There between second and third. If Sackman would have thrown that sooner, he actually may have had him. As the count's 1-1 to Singh. We've seen that happen twice already where Pacelli, Sackman specifically at the plate, is able to catch those runners. Here's the bunt, and that's going to be out number 1 as Jaden Singh does his job and advances the runners to second and third base. It's out number 1. Singh grounds out. 1 down now. Runners at second and third. Back to the top of the order for the Thunderbirds. It's the center fielder, Jackson Freedy. Freedy's 1 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate. He's been walked and had a single in those 2 trips. That single came in the third. Fouls that one back. Thanks to our game day sponsors, U.S. Bank of Stevens Point, Pizza Ranch Plover, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Arbuckles, Point Insurance, and Premier Auto. 2 runners in scoring position for the Thunderbirds. 0-1 the count to Freedy. And that's going to be popped up. Right field territory, foul territory, and it'll fall foul. Counts now 0-2 to Jackson Freedy. Again, sectional semifinal baseball here on Zaleski Sports. This far from the only action we've got live for you on Zaleski Sports today. We've got playoff baseball everywhere on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network today. That one's going to be lofted out into right. Will it stay fair? Did Bierenkott make another diving catch? He did. And that's going to be a double play at second. I don't think anyone thought Bierenkott caught the ball. I didn't think so. Somehow Bierenkott with another diving catch in right field. They get the double play as DeRochers was sneaking off a second base there, and that is out number 3, and that does it for the top of the 5th. But again, Freedy, that one looked like it was going to fall right in the sweet spot out there into right field as we're going to keep it here. But Freedy, that one looked like it was going to fall out in right field there. Somehow Brock Bierenkott lunges forward, makes the catch for out number 2 out there in right, and then has the wherewithal to chuck it to second to get DeRochers there at second base for out number 3. And we will take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back with more sectional semifinal baseball, 1-0 Pacelli after this on Zaleski Sports.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun.
Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Feltz Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Feltz Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the fifth inning here from Memorial Field in Athens, Wisconsin. The Pacelli Cardinals lead the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds 1-0 here in this sectional semifinal. As leading off for Pacelli is the left fielder Nolan Wojcik. Looks at a strike. The count's 1-1 here to Wojcik. Pops that one up out of play, foul. Now it's 1-2 to Wojcik. Wojcik's 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the second inning. Counts 1-2. And he fouls it back. Staying alive is Wojcik. Parker Gullickson remains on the mound for the Thunderbirds. And it's been a well-pitched game, both sides. And Wojcik hits that one right to short, and it's caught for out number 1 by the shortstop Carter Mellum. So Wojcik flies out to short. 1 down, back to the top of the order for the Cardinals. It's the shortstop Melise Badoon. Badoon's 1 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate, a walk and a single. And here's Badoon. Looks at a ball. That one misses high. And it's 1-0. That one's going to be popped up, right field territory, foul territory, and it's caught for out number 2. So Badoon flies out to right. 2 down now, and Feltz Dairy is located at the Crossroad Commons in Stevens Point. Feltz Dairy is a family-friendly experience serving your favorite cheeses, ice cream, meat, and more, all grown right here in central Wisconsin. Feltz Dairy is open Monday through Saturday and 24/7 on Facebook. As the diving play going to be made out there in right for out number 3 by the right fielder Carson DeRochers, and Tim Sackman flies out to right. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Pacelli, but they still lead it 1-0 after 5 complete. We'll step aside, be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
To me, the perfect run is when things start to get tough and I'm trying to keep my pace going and I hit this moment where I just quit thinking about what I'm doing. I've heard surgeons mention that as well, that during their best surgeries, you're kind of in just a pure flow. You know, my goal with patients is to try to help them get back to doing what they want to be doing.
Welcome back, everybody. Top of the 6th inning. Pacelli leads Iola-Scandinavia 1-0. Pacelli scored that 1 run in the first inning. We've gone scoreless since. And the Cardinals have just held that 1-0 advantage. And I can tell you, neither side comfortable here. Obviously, in the sport of baseball, 1 run can be made up in the blink of an eye. And both Pacelli and Iola-Scandinavia know that. So high sense of urgency here in the sectional semifinal. Pacelli looking to get revenge for the Iola-Scandinavia win against Pacelli last year in the regional semifinals. Carter Mellum leads things off for the Thunderbirds, and he swings and fouls it at the plate on pitch number 1. Mellum's 0 for 2. He grounded out in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third. Looks at a ball that time. Count evens up at 1-1. Again, Kelton Hopper starting on the mound for the Cardinals. The 1-1, that one misses for a ball. Two and 1. The count here to Mellum. That misses again. Now it's 3-1 to Mellum. And that one going to be popped up out into left center field, and it's going to be caught by Peyton Fleece for out number 1. So Mellum flies out to center for out number 1. Now to the 3 spot in the order, it's the pitcher, Parker Gullickson. Nobody on and 1 out. That one misses high. Gullickson's 0 for 2. Flew out to center and flew out to right in his 2 at-bats. The 1-0 drops in for strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Gullickson. And Gullickson checks the swing on one in the dirt. It's now 2-1. That one going to be grounded. A slow roller here to second. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. So Gullickson grounds out to second. Now with 2 down and nobody on, it's back to the 4 spot in the order. The catcher, Owen Wolberg. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to third in the first inning and struck out looking in the 4th. And Pacelli, the home team in this one. That's in their first strike. So if the Thunderbirds do go 3 up, 3 down and fail to score a run here in the inning, they'll have one more shot. The top of the 7th, as that is going to be lined into left. It's a base hit for Wolberg, and Wolberg's telling me that I'm speaking too soon about this inning being over. As Owen Wolberg keeps it alive with the base hit. That was a well-hit ball. Lined right into the gap into left field, as now we'll have a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher, Wolberg. I'll get you a name here on who's coming in for Wolberg as the courtesy runner. That is Grant Freedy. So Grant Freedy comes in to run for Wolberg, and that was Alec Regala hit by the pitch. So Alec Regala hit by the pitch that time. He advances to first base. Freedy to second. Coach Sankey going to come out and talk to his infield. We'll keep it here, and right before the third baseman Gavin Hoyard comes up to bat, we'll hear from our friends at Maher Water. Maher Water Corporation is a family-run business that has been treating water for 72 years. They offer servicing your current water system, new systems for rent and for purchase, and so much more, leaving you and your family with clean water. Learn more at maherwater.com. And again, up to bat now is Hoyard. Gavin Hoyard. 0 for 1 and 2 trips to the plate. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Hoyard, a strike. Here in the top of the 6th. That one misses low for a ball. 1-1 the count now to Hoyard. Count is 1-1 to Hoyard. Struck out in the fourth, was walked in the second. That one misses inside as Hoyer has to kind of jump out of the way of that one. And it's 2-1. And you've got, of course, we had Edgar and Florence fans here for game one of this sectional action today on Zaleski Sports. You see some Edgar fans and some pitch-up tents over there and some shade as Hoyer grounds that one hard to short and steps on the bag, does Badoon, for out number 3. So they get the force out at second. They get Regala heading to second for out number 3 as Hoyer grounds out, and that does it for the top of the 6th. No runs scored on 1 hit, 1 walk, and the score remains Pacelli 1, Iola-Scandinavia 0 after 5.5. We'll step aside, be back with more sectional semifinal baseball after this on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood.
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 6th inning, the 3-4-5 spots for Pacelli. Peyton Fleece leads things off. 0-1 here to Fleece. Looks at a ball high. Now the count 1-1 to Fleece. He's 0 for 2, flew out to short, and struck out in his 2 at-bats. Parker Gullickson remains on the mound, and a big swing and a miss from Fleece that time, and it's 1-2. And it's been a well-pitched game. You can see it from the score. And if you've been watching, you can see it as well. 1-2. As Fleece, that one hit well out into the left. That's a base hit. A leadoff hit for Peyton Fleece as Pacelli looks to add a bit of cushion to that lead here in the 6th. So Fleece with the single. Now to the 4th spot in the order. It's the right fielder, Brock Bierenkott. And Bierenkott has had the Golden Glove out there in right tonight. He's made 2 diving plays for catches out there in right field. The first one, it looked like he wound up sacrificing his own face on the grass for the catch. And the second one may have been even better, as I think most players out there were in disbelief that he even caught that ball. It likely saved a run from scoring and ended the inning. It was a double play. Bierenkott made the diving play and right then threw to second to end the inning. So we talk about good pitching in this one, great field work as well from these two teams, especially a couple of those catches from Bierenkott and from the Cardinals as a team as well. Asher Jordan had a really great play in the first inning where he had to dive at third and make a play to make the throw to first base. So a lot of good pitching, a lot of good field work here in the playoffs, and that's what you like to see in the postseason as Bierenkott looks at the 2-1 count. That's what you like to see in playoff baseball or playoff whatever sport is good, cleanly played baseball. So again, we've had very few errors, 1 for each team. And, they weren't, the 2 errors we had weren't totally preposterous. And, stuff you'd really throw your arms up about. 3-1 the count to Bierenkott, and he looks at ball 4. So now 2 runners on for the Cardinals here in the 6th. No outs. Runners at first and second as Bierenkott takes first on the walk. And now we'll have a meeting on the mound here for the Thunderbirds. We'll see if Coach Berg might make a change here again. It's been Parker Gullickson on the mound all game. Neither pitcher has come out. It'll give us a chance to hear from our friends over at Heartland Custom Homes. Heartland Farms. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms, with roots in Amherst and now based in Hancock. This fifth-generation potato and vegetable farm produces many varieties of chipping potatoes and currently farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more at heartland.farm. That's heartland.farm. And Asher Jordan up to bat here. He pulls back the bunt. And it's a ball. 1-0 here to Jordan. He's 0 for 2, struck out in the first, grounded out in the fourth. Got runners at first and second. The 1-0. Jordan gets the bunt down, fouls it at the plate. 1-1 the count now to Jordan. Again, the Cardinals, they put up 1 run in the first inning. And that's been the scoring we've had here in this one. It's 1-0 after 1, and it's 1-0 now. 1-1 the count to Jordan. Pulls back the bunt again on a high pitch. And it's now 2-1 to Jordan. Rather 3-1. Puts the bunt down again, fouls it back, and now the count runs full to Asher Jordan. That one misses high, and Jordan is walked. Fleece to third, Bierencott to second, Jordan to first, and the bases are loaded with no outs here for the Pacelli Cardinals in the bottom of the sixth. Now to the sixth spot in the order, it's the second baseman, Lucas Hammerly. He's 0 for 1 in 2 trips to the plate, a ground out and a reach on an error. Looks at a ball there, does Hammerly. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. In there for strike one. 1-1 the count now to Hammerly. That one misses high. 2-1 the count. And this one coming right down the wire as Hammerly fouls that one out of play, as some Iola-Scandinavia fans, well, one of the fans over there actually made the catch. Like there was somebody over there with a glove and made the catch out there in foul territory. Iola-Scandinavia fan. 2-2. That one misses low for a ball. And now the count runs full to Lucas Hammerly. Here's the 3-2. And that one fouled back. Count remains 3-2. And again, this is about as high pressure of a spot he can be in as a pitcher. At least one of them. 3-2 the count. A ball would mean you walk in a run. And Hammerly lines that one foul into left field. And the count remains full as Hammerly continues to battle away at the plate here. The umpire calls time to brush off some of the dirt off the plate. Here's the 3-2. That one lined into right. It will fall for Hammerly. It's a base hit for Hammerly. Coming home and scoring is Peyton Fleece. That's an RBI single for Lucas Hammerly. And the Pacelli Cardinals go up 2-0. And a big run there. Every run scored at this point in the game, a big run. It's 2-0. And we may have a pitching change here. I believe we will. Gullickson's night will be done. We'll take a break and be back with the remainder of the bottom of the sixth here in the sectional semifinal. Pacelli, Iola-Scandinavia 2-0 after this on Zaleski Sports.
Heartland Custom Homes is your local custom home builder for over 50 years right here in Plover. We are committed to making the process of constructing your dream home as engaging, efficient, and stress-free as possible. Our panelized construction is ideal for our central Wisconsin climate, and our expertise and workmanship give you the confidence to know that your home is in good hands. Stop in or schedule a meeting to talk about your vision and watch as your design takes shape before your eyes. You deserve the home of your dreams. Let Heartland Custom Homes bring yours to life.
At Express Employment Professionals, we place people from all walks of life in all kinds of jobs.
Hi, welcome to Express. Please sign in and have a seat.
Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks. Great, thanks.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
Welcome back, everybody. I misspoke earlier. It is 3-0. 2 runs scored on that single from Lucas Hammerly. So it's a 2 RBI single for Lucas Hammerly as Pacelli leads it 3-0 here in this one. Now on to the mound for the Thunderbirds. It is moving from his catcher spot. It's Owen Wohlberg coming out to pitch for the Thunderbirds and trying to get his team out of this 6th inning. Pacelli's put up 2 runs here in the 6th. They lead it 3-0. Find your new career with Farner Asphalt, now hiring for laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators with year-round benefits. Must be 18 to apply. Learn more and apply today at farnerasphalt.com. That one's a strike to the pitcher, Kelton Opper, now up to bat. That's another strike, 0-2. That one misses for a ball, and stealing second is Hammerly. Now runners at second and third. Still no outs here in the 6th. Pacelli looks to continue to extend that lead. That one's low for a ball. 2-2 the count here to Kelton Opper. And a big swing and a miss as Opper goes down swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. As a strikeout in his first batter faced for Owen Wohlberg. Now to the 8th spot in the order, it's the designated hitter, Nate Hammerly. Nate Hammerly's 1 for 2, had a single in the 2nd inning and a strikeout swinging in the 4th. 1 down, runners at 2nd and 3rd. That one's going to be grounded over to first. They're going to check at home and instead take the out at first base, so the run scores. Pacelli goes up 4-0 as Asher Jordan comes home to score. Hammerly grounds out to first for out number 2, but does bring in the run. So now it's 4-0 Pacelli. And on to the 9th spot in the order, it's the left fielder, Nolan Wojcik. So for 2, strikeout and a fly out to short. Looks at a ball on pitch number 1. Here's the 1-0. Big swing and a miss. Evens up the count at 1-1 now. And he grounds that one right over to short. Throw to first is in time for out number 3. So Nolan Wojcik grounds out to short. 4-0 Pacelli. We're going to keep it here. And hear from our friends over at Maida. Get your customized uniforms, team shirts, school apparel, and so much more from Maida Custom in Stevens Point. Sport-specific gear, screen printing, plaques, trophies, and custom gift items are all available at Maida Custom. Also, Heartland Custom Homes is Central Wisconsin's premier home builder. For 50 years, Heartland Custom Homes in Plover has kept their mission of building better living for you and your family. Pacelli leads this one 4-0, a 3-run 6th inning for the Pacelli Cardinals. Now this will be the last chance for the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds, as Pacelli's going to have a pitching change as well. It's Peyton Felice coming in, and that has been Peyton Felice's kind of regular role this season, the closer for the Pacelli Cardinals. It's been his role all season, or at least most of this season, especially toward the end of it for the Pacelli Cardinals. And he's going to look to close it out. It'll be the 7, 8, 9 spots due up for Iola-Scandinavia. Come to Par 4 Bistro in Wapaka for a wonderful dining experience with a full menu of delicious options. Perfect for date nights, family night out, or your next get-together. Come to Par 4 Bistro on Highway 54 in Wapaka. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. Again, it will be Peyton Felice on the mound for Pacelli, looking to close this one out here in the top of the 7th inning. 4-0 Pacelli in the lead. And again, 7, 8, 9 spots due up. Polito's Pizza in downtown Stevens Point is the home of the Big Slice. Stop in for lunch or dinner, or order for the whole family. Serving up dozens of options of specialty pizzas, let Polito's Pizza take care of dinner tonight. That one misses, low and away for a ball. It's the designated hitter, Ryan Tulin, to lead things off. That one misses again, 2-0 now. So again, Kelton Opper's night is done. Pitched a shutout in his 6 innings. Here's the 2-0. And that one just misses, ball 3. 3-0 the count. Here to Ryan Tulin. Make it 4-0, and that's ball 4. Tulin is walked. So Felice walks Tulin. Now to the 8th spot, it's the right fielder, Carson DeRochers. And I'll have a pinch runner. It's Grant Freedy coming in for for Tulin. So Grant Freedy comes in to run at first. And again, the right fielder, Carson DeRochers, up to bat. DeRochers is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles. Looks at a ball there. 1-0 now to DeRochers. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or you can learn more at nicolaybank.com. And a big swing and a miss that time. Evens up the count at 1-1 to DeRochers. And Coach not happy with that swing attempt by DeRochers. He thought that one was going to be a ball. The 1-1, that's in the dirt. It will advance Tulin to second on the wild pitch. When your vehicle needs work, maintenance, or service, bring it to Hughes Service in Milladore. Hughes Service is a family-owned Ford dealership in business since 1935. From buying new or used to general maintenance, look to Hughes Service in Milladore, where service is in their name. Two and one. The count to DeRochers. He fouls that one off, make it 2-2. Century Foods in Iola is your full-service grocery store offering everything you need from food and drink to ingredients, hot and cold foods, and so much more. Good luck, Thunderbirds, from Century Foods in Iola. And that one in there for strike 3. DeRochers goes down looking for out number 1, and the Pacelli Cardinals 2 outs away from the sectional final. But a runner in scoring position for the Thunderbirds. 1 down. Second baseman Jaden Singh up to bat. Singh looks at a ball. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike. Delta Dental in Stevens Point is hiring for multiple positions. Join a growing company with great compensation, excellent benefits, room for growth, and a new facility right here in Stevens Point. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count now to Jaden Singh as Peyton Fleece looks to close it out on the mound for the Cardinals. Cardinals 2 outs away from a sectional final appearance. That one misses high, 2-2, and again, if the Cardinals are able to pull this out, that win's got to feel extra sweet to beat the team that beat you last year in the postseason. That one had to leave a sour taste in the Cardinals' mouths, and there is strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peyton Fleece. And now 2 outs here in the the top of the 7th. Back to the top of the order, the center fielder, Jackson Freedy. Runner at second, 2 outs. Jackson Freedy up to bat. He's 1 for 2 in 3 trips to the plate. A walk, a single, and a fly out to right. Fleece tosses a ball. Building a home you've always dreamed of is a huge undertaking, and you need to make sure it's done right and done the way you envision. Let Blinker Construction be your guide. From interior and exterior design to construction, customization, and seeing the job is done right. Blinker Construction is with you every step of the way. Visit blinkerco.com. 1-1 the count. Here to Jackson Freedy. And that one going to get by to second, and Freedy advances to first. Must have been 2 strikes. Or rather, just the throw to second going to miss. Nonetheless, we've got runners at first and third now with 2 down. And it's the shortstop Carter Mellum up to bat. Mellum 0 for 3 thus far. Looks at a strike. Silver Lake Lanes in Scandinavia is a proud supporter of Iola-Scandinavia High School. Good luck to the Thunderbirds as they compete for state. For dinner and family fun, come out to Silver Lake Lanes in Scandinavia. 0-1. The count here to Mellum. And Mellum grounds that one up the middle to short, and it gets through the glove of Badoon. 1 run scores for Iola-Scandinavia as the run scores on the E6. And again, I talked a lot about how cleanly played this one was. That one just got under the glove of Badoon as Mellum reaches first. Toolin scores. Now it's 4-1. Runners at first and second, and that one would have been a quick out, number 3, but pitcher Parker Gullickson up to bat now. And the Thunderbirds are still alive here. Counts 0-1 now to Gullickson. He's 0 for 3. Again, these two teams playing for a chance to play the Edgar Wildcats in the sectional final. That game coming up right here on Zaleski Sports at 4 o'clock. That one misses high for a ball. 1-1 the count now to Gullickson. The Cardinals 1 out away from heading to the sectional final here at 4 o'clock. That was a strike. 1-2 the count now to Gullickson. Pacelli, Peyton Fleece, 1 strike away for a chance to play for the state tournament. For a chance at the state tournament. That one is popped up into right field, and it's caught. Another diving catch by Brock Bierenkott, and that'll do it for this one. The Pacelli Cardinals get the win here in this sectional semifinal. The Cardinals are heading to the sectional final as they beat the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds 4-1. It'll be Edgar and Pacelli in the sectional final coming up at 4 o'clock here on Zaleski Sports. And Edgar and Pacelli will play for a chance at the state tournament at 4 o'clock here in this one. But Pacelli takes down Iola-Scandinavia 4-1 here in this one. And again, this really has got to feel good for the Pacelli Cardinals. Obviously getting a playoff win and advancing to the sectional final. As we'll recap the game a little bit here coming up in a bit, but coming up next is your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. So we're going to step aside, hear from our friends over at Nasonville Dairy. Be back with your postgame show after this on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So. We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers Cheese, Pizza Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
Welcome back, everybody. The Pacelli Cardinals are heading to the sectional final. They take down the Iola-Scandinavia Thunderbirds 4-1 in this one. This is your Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. And in this one, again, the Cardinals with the win. But again, this has got to feel extra sweet for the Pacelli Cardinals because, again, and I can speak to it. I was there in person and speak to, I think, the shock of it as well. last season, Iola-Scandinavia, they finished their season last year, I think it was 9-17 after their playoff win. So I think before the playoffs started, they were 5-17, 6-17, something like that. And they were going up against the number 1 seed, Pacelli Cardinals. I think the Cardinals 16-7 last year, somewhere around there. And the Cardinals were the 1 seed, and they lost their first playoff game to Iola-Scandinavia last year. So it really has to feel good for the Pacelli Cardinals. You know, obviously, making it to the sectional final, regardless of who you play and who you beat, is an incredibly impressive season because the Cardinals are going to have a chance to play for an opportunity to go to the state tournament here in our next game that'll be coming up at 4 o'clock. But this one's just got to feel extra sweet for it to be Iola-Scandinavia. There's also a lot of history between these two schools, a big rivalry between Iola-Scandinavia and Pacelli in the past as well. So you've got that kind of added oomph for this game as well, but it's got to feel good for Pacelli to get that kind of that revenge win from last year, get that sour taste out of their mouths from the way their season ended last year, and getting this win here in the sectional semifinal as the Pacelli Cardinals move on to the sectional final. Also, though, you know, congratulations to Iola-Scandinavia again on a great season, because Iola-Scandinavia was 10-14 this year. You know, I mean, in playoff baseball, you never know what can happen, but there's something with these Thunderbirds who they had a great season and great playoff run as well, but there's something with these Thunderbirds where regardless of what they do in the regular season, and again, this year they were under 500, last year a little bit worse regular season record than this year. Last year they make it to the sectional final. This year they make it to the sectional semifinal. So there's something about Iola-Scandinavia baseball and just going on some you could call it Cinderella-like runs. You know, last year especially was. There's something about them, and these Thunderbirds can be proud of the way they played this season, and the playoff run that they had. Making it to sectionals is a good season. You know, I don't really care who you are, even if you're a 1-seed or whatever. In baseball, you just really never know what can happen, so to make it to sectionals at all is impressive for both these schools. But Pacelli moves on. They get the win 4-1 over Iola-Scandinavia. It will be Pacelli and the Wildcats of Edgar in our sectional final coming up at 4 o'clock. That brings us to the end of our Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy, Marshfield Curtis, or at NasonvilleDairy.com. So that'll bring us to the end of our broadcast here for Pacelli, Iola-Scandinavia. But stay tuned, and be sure to stay tuned to our YouTube page, as we will have Pacelli and Edgar, the sectional final. Pacelli and Edgar playing for a chance at the state tournament at 4 o'clock. Be sure to stay tuned for that. But for myself, Cale Jacoby, alongside Jack doing the production here in this one, we want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in just about an hour as first pitch scheduled to start at 4 o'clock